Good evening. It is Thursday, August 15th, and we welcome you this evening to Cannabiziac Open House. Tonight, we'll be talking about our incubator program, which starts in a week and a half. So, my name is Keisha Dixon, and I'm the VP of International Affairs and Business Development for Cannabiziac. Joining me tonight to create this lovely video for you is our education coordinator, Teresa Kozak. And Teresa, are you excited about the program that we have coming up?
I am. I think it's going to be an excellent program for people who are new to the cannabis space or an existing entrepreneur that wants to brush up on some of their skills. Very excited.
I think so too. And of course, it's also good for the kind of curious, those who think that, I want to start a business. I'm also interested in cannabis. I love the plant, but do I really want to? Well, this open house is also for you to decide if this is where you need to be. If you are a budding entrepreneur and you always have great ideas, but you haven't been able yet to move the ideas from your head to paper and then to implement, this is a place for you. So, Teresa, I'm going to ask you to put the presentation on so I can tell them more about our organization, who is involved with our organization, and the programs that we have to offer. So, who are we? Cannabiziac is a global member-based company. We help new and existing businesses and professionals tap into the growing multi-billion-dollar industry. It used to be 90 billion projected. Now it's over 200 billion projected business. So we help with education, training, and give you access to international experts across the industry, different areas of the industry. We give you access to financial resources, networking events, mentorship, and advocacy. We do so through our education and training programs or on-demand courses, Cannabiziac-focused incubator programs, or webinars, or business consulting and coaching, our networking and special events, which we have 3 times a month, or co-working space, which is available in Florida. We also have space in Toronto accessible to us. And we give you access to individuals who have years of experience in advocating, because as I tell my students all the time, the cannabis business, the industry is still young. Therefore, you have to know how to advocate. You can't just get into the space and think everything is going to be easy. No, it's not going to happen overnight. You're going to have to know how to advocate. So next slide, please. So what's our mission? Our mission is to create an inclusive global cannabis ecosystem that provides solutions for entrepreneurs and individuals seeking careers in the industry. Our vision is to be the leading catalyst connecting the global cannabis industry through education, development, research, and advocacy. Next slide, please. So who are our founders? My co-founder and the president is Anne-Marie Sorrell. She has years of experience in marketing as well as teaching business courses, and of course, through her experience in this space, teaching cannabis as well, teaching about cannabis. Then I already introduced myself. I'm Keisha Dixon. I'm an attorney. I've been practicing for 19 years, and I have assisted clients in the cannabis space. Our legal counsel, James Burden, who is in charge of making sure that all our documents are properly done and that we are crossing our T's and dotting our I's. We have Shireen Thorpe, who is in charge of research and development. Shireen has a background in the sciences, and she is using her skill set to help navigate the course that we plan to go with Cannabiziac as it relates to research and development. Mary is our director of operations. She makes sure that everything runs well daily for us. And we have Georges, who is the guy, the team, him and his team, marketing team, that makes all our designs look great and fix our website nicely, and even our Mighty Networks space where we meet you and engage with you to make sure that you know what's going on in the cannabis industry on a daily basis. Next slide, please. We have an advisory board because, as you'll learn when you come to our courses, every business needs guidance. We need mentorship. We need individuals who have other expertise than what we bring to the table to help guide our direction. So we have Priscilla. She has several years in the cannabis industry, over 20 years, and she's a cultivator, an advocate, and many other skill sets she brings to our advisory board. We have Russell Bennett, my colleague here in Canada. Russell has written a book about the cannabis law for LexisNexis, and he does work with cannabis entrepreneurs on a daily basis, advocating for them, representing them in court. So he brings a lot to the table in terms of where things are currently legally, as well as in the day-to-day work, and how he sees things and how he can help us navigate that space. As you know, we're still working on making sure that those who have been disenfranchised by the war on drugs get into the space as they should. Then we have Dick Clark. He has a finance background that he brings to the table for us, where he shares his knowledge about running multi-billion-dollar companies and giving us coaching sessions as to how to make sure we achieve our goals at the level that we can and would like our cohorts participants as well to achieve. We have Jason. Jason deals a lot with the community, right? Showing the community about the benefits of this plant, helping them navigate the changes that are happening and how they can participate in the industry. We have Dr. Felicia Dawson. She is a practicing physician who uses cannabis in her practice and advocates for more research on it and more use and acceptance of it in the medical fraternity. We have John Oxendine, and John is an investor. He has purchased and sold many businesses. So he really guides us as to how to make sure we are aligning ourselves for being scaled up, right? And he brings that knowledge not just for our team, but also, again, for us to transfer that knowledge to you, the participants in the course, so that you're prepared to create that pitch to get that investor to invest in your business. Teresa, next slide. Our purpose. As experienced professionals in business, marketing, law, accounting, human resources, agriculture, access to capital, and more within our team and network, our purpose is to bring all of that to you. So entrepreneurs, professionals, and the canna curious, they need a space where they can learn, grow, share, and get ideas and get feedback in a safe space where their ideas will not be taken and used by anyone else. And that's what we create in our classes. We are the bridge between consumers, marketers, manufacturers, professionals working in the industry and in government. We are essentially a clearinghouse for all ideas and issues dealing with the industry, from legislation, infrastructure, technology, and more. And again, in a safe space. Next slide, please. Earlier, I mentioned about our monthly events. So we have 3 monthly events. We have Cannabiz Cafe, which is as we sip our morning coffee or have our ganja tea, right, from home, we connect with cannabis professionals from around the world to discuss various topics that may have come up that week, that day, or just a burning desire or question that we want to ask the individuals that, show up to our cafe moments. So that's held on the second Tuesday of the month, is it, Teresa? Yes. And then we have Book of the Month, which is a virtual chat, and you can join us every last Wednesday of the month, where we engage in discussions and with captivating authors and who have published books on cannabis and the cannabis business. Our third event is Cannabiziac University. Cannabiziac University is the third Wednesday of the month, and you will learn on various subjects that can help or launch grow your cannabis. Next slide, please. So what is your journey within Cannabiziac? We like to call it your membership journey, right? You would join Cannabiziac, you would go through a new member orientation, and then you would join either Incubator program or go into networking events and educational events that we have monthly, or you could choose consulting and coaching or select our on-demand courses. We have different choices to meet you where you're at, right? And all of this information is on our website, cannabiziac.com, where you can select what's the proper program for you. What are the membership benefits, you might be asking? Well, the benefits include a monthly digital newsletter, right? You get advance notice of upcoming networking and training events. You get to participate in discussions and get discounts on networking and the training events as members. You get access to the member-only events as well, and you get a discount price to our annual expo or roadshow, sorry. You get access to the co-working space at a discounted price, and you also get listed in our newsletter and our membership space as to what you do and where you can be located. There are many other benefits that we offer, and again, you can find that on our website. Next slide, please. So the purpose for the open house tonight is to talk about what we call the green print. Next slide. So what we do within the green print is that we always say when we start class that we connect, we cultivate, and we crush it, right? Next slide, please. Who are the lead instructors? Anne-Marie Sorrell, I already introduced her. She will be teaching fundamentals of entrepreneurship in cannabis. And Teresa will go through the courses in more detail after I've completed the presentation on the overall business. So I won't go into detail on that, on any of the courses at this time. Then I teach Cannabis 101, which is a deep dive into the cannabis industry, the plant, and where the trends are going. We have Dr. Carly Bell, who will be teaching the medical cannabis program. It is our newest program we have brought to the platform, and we're really excited about it and look forward to even sitting in the classes with you. Next slide. We also partner with guest lecturers as well as with Oaksterdam University. Russell Bennett, who I mentioned before, he comes in and assists in my deep dive program by coming in and talking about cannabis law from the Canadian perspective. Then John Roki also is a participant and visiting lecturer, guest lecturer for my program, where he talks about the extractions and terpenes and all the things that I understand just by textbook, but he will go deeper into it for those who are interested in creating those byproducts. I remember the last cohort we had, one of the participants actually created terpenes. So it was a good discussion between them as to what he could do, how he could make it better, etc. So one of the things we really like about our program is that they're not just theoretical. You're actually getting the opportunity to speak with individuals and be taught by individuals who are doing this work on a daily basis. So it's not outdated information you're getting. You're getting current information and what is to come. Then we have Michael Knight. He assists with Anne-Marie's fundamentals program. He goes more into the accounting. That program takes you from doing a business plan to making a pitch. So he comes in at a crucial point, talking about how to manage your accounts, etc. Then you have Jason, who is one of the business pitch coaches. And I'm telling you, the last cohort, they did such a great job. And it was to the hard work of Anne-Marie, Jason, and all the other guest lecturers in the fundamentals program. Next slide, please. So now I'm going to hand it over to Teresa to go through the programs, and I will add little tidbits about them here and there. Go ahead, Teresa.
Great, thank you. So just to introduce myself, I am Teresa Kozak, and I have a background in working in the cannabis industry in Canada for a number of years, starting in 2009. Working in the medical framework, the legacy market, and then moving forward into the adult use space. And so I've had the opportunity to work with many different entrepreneurs and spoken with many different people about various cannabis business ideas. And, you know, often that's where things end. They get lost at the idea point. But what the Fundamentals of Entrepreneurship course does is will help you move through the process to take an idea from, you know, being just that, something that you're thinking about, to actualization. So it's a 16-week course, which sounds like a lot, but it will go quickly when you look at all of the modules that are included within the course itself. The lectures are 3 hours long out of each week. And you'd be looking at things like business organization, you know, how to organize your business and structure for success. We'd be looking at staffing, the effective strategies for hiring and managing your team. Be looking at sales and marketing, which is an integral key point to your business's success, is getting it out in front of the right people. Production, purchasing, finance, and personnel management. So as you can see, we've listed here various course modules that would be taken into account. And as Keisha mentioned, there'd be various instructors joining Anne-Marie in the discussions of the fundamentals of entrepreneurship. One of the benefits of taking this course is that you would work with your actual idea and use the class to materialize a plan for your business's success, step by step, so that when you leave, you have, as Keisha mentioned, the green print to realize your goals. And given the number of people that we have in partnership with the program, you also have the opportunity to pitch your idea and your business to other professionals in the network and potentially other investors that are engaged in the Cannabiziac community. Is there anything else you would add from your experience, Keisha?
Just to, you know, give a little more in-depth, there will be quizzes for the course. And you also will be working through making your pitch throughout the course. So the course will work on your business plan. So you'll create, if you don't have one, you will go through creating. If you have one, you'll actually edit it. As a business coach told me recently, that you will look at your business plan several times over your business lifetime, right? Because you start out with one prior to starting the business. By year 3, you have some other ideas, so you make tweaks to your business plan. So even if you have a business plan and you already started a business, taking this course will help you to even own in more, like zone in more as to what you may have left out, what you now think you want to do differently, right? And then throughout the course, each step of the way, you'll be working on the pitch that you're going to give at the end, right? Because you're going to use items from the business plan to create your pitch. So you'll be creating the pitch deck, right? As you see in module 8, they talk about the opportunity to prepare your deck, right? For finalization before you actually make the pitch. And there's a competition for your pitch, right? It will be recorded and you'll present it at graduation in front of potential investors, and they will decide who has the best business idea.
Okay, the second cohort that we have available is the Canvas 101, the deep dive. And so what this course is exploring in particular is cannabis's history, the science behind the plant, a differentiation between what is hemp and what is cannabis. What does medical use versus adult use look like? What are the global trends, production, market analysis, and all of this will be done through case studies. So we're not just looking at the plant, you know, in terms of its science, the science behind it. We're really looking at the context in which cannabis exists. And as we mentioned, we'll be looking at, you know, the history, because it's only within the last 100 years, less than 100 years, that cannabis has become criminalized. So what role did the plant have in people's lives prior to criminalization? And how did, you know, its illegal status impact really the globe and different people and persons of color in particular? So we'd be looking at, you know, what are the trends that exist now with legalization and decriminalization, and what does that mean for opportunities for people to enter into this expanding industry. So there will be a combination of science, but there is, I say, also a cultural perspective that we'd be looking at, as well as talking about the actual operations that would happen within a cannabis space. So looking at the plant touching businesses, things like cultivation, production, and, you know, what's involved in those types of operations. Keisha, this is your course. What would you like to add to its content?
Again, there will be quizzes, right, in this course, and there will be an opportunity to work as a team to debate, because as I said before and will repeat again, we're still in a space where we have to advocate for our businesses, right? So I actually make it an interactive class. And in one of the interactive sessions is where you team up with another participant in the class and you decide what you want to advocate for, right? So it would be something that's current, either in your country, because our classes aren't limited to individuals in the same space, right? You may have a participant that's in your class that's from Switzerland, another one from the Ukraine, someone from Canada, America, Ghana, you never know, right? And you'd select a topic, a hot topic, and do your arguments. Yes, I'm a lawyer, so I'm into, you know, knowing how to advocate for yourself. You would make an argument and go through presenting that in class, and then you're graded, etc. But the key to that, it's testing you as to your knowledge on the plant, your knowledge on the work that is being done around the issue, right? And how to share that information and push your agenda in front of the regulators, the MPs, or the representative in your country for your community. Because many, I don't know any cannabis business person right now that doesn't have to do that in some way. If it's either at the beginning when you're trying to get your license, right? Or if it's while your business is going on and you're trying to make sure that the enforcers or the regulators are doing what they need to do to make sure that your legal dispensary, for example, is not right beside an illegal dispensary and causing, you know, competition issues. So at this time, I still see it as a key skill sets for cannabis entrepreneurs. So we go through based on the history, because historically we are where we are at now because of what others did then, right? And one of the big things I like to remind the students of is if we forget our history, it will repeat itself, right? So it's important to do this course to know the history in your country, internationally, how it played a part in where we're at now, what the benefits are of the plant, how to advocate for the plant, know what trends are coming so that if you need to pivot, you can do so for your business before your business ends up by the wayside. So this course to me goes hand in hand with the fundamentals, right? Because it's not just about the plant and the theory, it also gives you practical perspective on how you're operating your business so that it will be a success.
Excellent. Thank you, Keisha. All right, and then lastly, we have the newest course, which is the medical cannabis course. And it's designed specifically for healthcare professionals. So doctors, nurses, pharmacists, anybody who's in the medical healthcare profession would be interested in taking this course. And we're offering this course because we often hear from healthcare practitioners that this is a topic that's just not offered in their regular studies in school. And so this is an opportunity to learn from a doctor who created the content of the course and is also facilitating the course. So it's an opportunity to learn how to work with cannabis, understand cannabis, incorporate cannabis into your practice, or at least have a better conversation with your patient who might already be using cannabis as part of their own medication regime. So part of the conversations discussed are regulations and compliance, where we navigate the legal landscape of medical cannabis. We talk about patient care, which focuses on compassionate and effective patient solutions. And we talk about product development, which is innovative products that cater to medical needs. And as you can see below, there's again a variety of modules. This course, unlike the others, is only 8 weeks in length, whereas the other 2 courses are 16 weeks in length. But again, there would be quizzes and to make sure that the knowledge transfer is happening within the curriculum.
Only other thing I would add to the medical program that I think is important is we have found in our road shows and when we go out and speak to people in the community that they have found it difficult to speak to their physician about their, need to use medical cannabis, or the physician doesn't know much about it. So this course was really created with that in mind in terms of focusing on patient care, right? So from the beginning, it goes into how you do the intake with the patient, right? Because it's a sensitive proposition is the word that's come into my head, but because you will have patients who are knowledgeable and they come right in and know what they want. But then you have other patients that are pretty new to it and may even have apprehensions, right? So it goes through how to deal with different types of patients, how to educate them on using the plant, really finding out their history so you know what is the better use for them. So if you are a health practitioner and you're able to actually work in this space, but you don't know much about it, or you feel like you need a refresher as to how to work with patients in this space and patients of all different, experiences, this is a very good course for you. It will refresh you on the science behind things, whether or not you were exposed to it at school. It's my understanding that many haven't even been exposed to this information in school. Many doctors have had to go out and do their own research, and it's through their own research and collaboration with other doctors in the space that we're able to bring this product to you. So I hope that you will truly, consider taking this course. And if you have any questions about any of the courses, definitely feel free to send us an email. Next slide. So when does the program start? So the Fundamentals of Entrepreneurship starts August 29th, Thursday, August 29th, and it is from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Currently, the Cannabis 101, the deep dive, the course I teach, is being done. It will start on Monday, August 26th, and it's from 11 to 2 p.m. Now, I know there is a concern as to the time, but it will be recorded, or we are also seeing if we'll have to do something about the timing. But right now it is scheduled for 11 to 2 p.m. on Mondays, and it starts August 26th. The medical cannabis course is Wednesdays, and it starts on Wednesday, September 11th. And again, that's just an 8-week course, and it's from 6 to 9. We have a program orientation, and that will be held Thursday, August 22nd, and the time will be stated on our website and in our social media postings. Next slide. So what is your investment? I don't like to call it cost because it is your investment into your business, into your growth, into your success. It is $1,995 per program, but we are currently running a 15% off for members, as well as individuals that attended the Get in the Biz Roadshow. Also, if you're watching this video now, we're also offering you 15%. Challenge yourself by enrolling in both programs simultaneously and receive another 15% off. The registration deadline is August 21st. So we're inviting you to apply today. We also have payment installments available upon acceptance into the program. So that's our presentation for today, and we look forward for you joining our 2024 Cannabiziac Incubator program, where you will connect, you will cultivate, and you will crush it.
Awesome.
Now, do we have some questions there, like some fun facts or answers that we know people have been dying to hear based on the questions we have received before?
Yeah, absolutely. So we tend to get the similar questions each time we host an open house. And they're really important questions, so we just thought we'd mention them now. The first one would be, people would want to know, can I attend more than one program? And you have just answered that. You've mentioned.
You definitely can attend more than one program. And as we mentioned, you get a discount for attending that program as well.
Exactly. And then people want to know, it's a 16 weeks is a long time to commit, and life happens and kids play soccer and you never know what's going on. And sometimes you might need to miss a class. And so in that instance, what can a person do to make up for the missed class?
So the classes will be recorded, so you can see the program again in our Mighty Networks platform, which is our Cannabiziac separate membership platform. And you won't be allowed to share it because, again, our program is for the participants. So you would have to use your participant information to get into the program, and you can watch it. You also won't be able to download.
Okay. Okay, good. So I can go back and listen to it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so what about, I'm a bit nervous about sharing my business idea with a group of people and somebody walking away with my idea and making millions off of what's
Right.
actually
So
mine.
we also ensure, to the best of our ability contractually, that the participants understand that this is a safe space. They're not supposed to take the ideas of others. We are there to help each other grow their business, right? So we also try to place individuals that are doing different types of business in the same cohort, rather than, have like 3 delivery companies in the same space, right? But in the event that you're in a similar industry, again, we will work with that to make sure that no one steals the ideas of another person, because they would have signed a document regarding that.
Okay. Well, that's great that people are signing waivers and then they can be, held accountable, and, hopefully everybody would be supportive of each other's ideas and not looking to, replicate them or build.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so the other question that we often get is, again, based on life circumstances, sometimes people aren't able to complete the course. They might need to take a break halfway through, or, something comes up and they can't attend. So how do you handle those circumstances?
So the course instructor, along with the program coordinator,
Mhm.
will meet with you and come up with a strategy that fits your situation. So it will be dealt with on a case-by-case basis as to how to help you complete the program and what that looks like for you. Because at the end of the day, our goal is to ensure that we give you the best tools and walk beside you to help you grow and scale up your business, depending on where you are when you join the journey with Cannabiz.
Okay, that's great. That's good. And then when I finish the course, do I receive a certificate of sorts? Is there?
Yes, you do get a certificate of completion at the end of the course.
Okay, excellent. And so with a certificate of completion, then that means that any person can call Cannabiz and we would confirm that the person had completed the 16 weeks of the course and what
Exactly.
the was.
And let them know, because naturally they would ask, what was learned in the course,
Yeah.
whether or not, the person was active, they'll probably use us as a reference.
Exactly. Exactly. Awesome. Well, those are the main questions that we have. As you mentioned, if people have any other questions about the program, they can always reach out to me. They can reach out to Keisha. Our email is info@cannabiziac.com. So you can reach us there, or you can visit the website, which is www.cannabiziac.com for more information. But key dates is to do your registration as soon as possible so that you can attend the orientation meeting on August the 22nd and potentially start this new journey on August 26th. And one of the cool things I think is that a 16-week course means this will be finished in the 2024 year. So starting January 1st, your New Year's resolution, you can launch your cannabis business with the information that you've gained from this course. So what a great way to prepare yourself for new beginnings.
Thank you, Teresa. So we look forward to seeing you in our next cohort, which starts on August 29th, 26th, and September 11th for the medical program, where you will connect with your classmates, you'll cultivate your ideas and make them into realities, and you will totally, totally crush it. So please do not delay, do not procrastinate, just go ahead and put in your application today.
Thank you.